Okay, here we go. We are doing our funky Friday tutorial. And today we're doing the Flaming into Summer. And we're going to do this wonderful flamingo. As you can see, I have my instructions and I have my tracer. And I'm doing it on an 8x10 today. A little bit smaller today instead of the original 11x14. So hold on. Make sure I wasn't muted so you can hear me. Sorry, my hands are all in the way. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I probably should have done this beforehand, but that's okay. I'm unraveling my canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and start with tracing it. And I'm going to kind of go over because the instructions, when you read the instructions tell you something totally different. So I'm going to kind of go over what the instructions tell you. That way you know what brushes to use, because we're going to need a purple brush, blue brush, red brush, and a black brush. So I'm going to kind of go over the colors and kind of give you a map as to which ones are which. Okay. Here. Give me one moment. Sorry, I apologize. I should have been prepared. Oh, brush sizes. Here it is. Okay. So your purple brush is pretty much like your 3/4 inch glaze brush. So I'm going to show you those brushes here in a minute as I gather all my materials. Okay. So your 3/4 brush is like a wash brush, glaze brush. So what it looks like is, hold on. I think it's one of your biggest brushes that you have. Let's see. All right. Let me just pull out my new brushes to show you guys what brushes we do. And it's really cool because on the back it really tells you which ones are which. I'm going to go ahead and tell you which ones are which. So that way when you do your flamingo, you know which brushes to use or what. All right. So your glaze brush is going to be your biggest brush in the set. So this would be my glaze brush. So I'm going to use my glaze brush, which is my purple brush. So this is my purple brush. My red brush is going to be the second largest, which is the flat brush number 12. And that one is used for, I think that's for like not detail work, but for shading. So I'm going to use that one. Let me find, where's my second flat brush? Is that the flat one? I don't like that it doesn't have the numbers on here, and I usually just go by the numbers. Then we need a blue brush. So the blue brush is your flat shaded brush, which was that. This is the one. This is the shaded brush. Sorry. So then we're going to use this one. For this one is actually the purple brush is for the glaze, which is the biggest brush in the thing. The red brush is the flat shaded brush, which I think is this one, or it might be this one. Actually, it's this one. This one is the black brush, is the round one, the round brush, which is used, the round brush is used for details too. So I'm going to use this one. So there's my round brush, my flat brush. I might use this brush too. Okay, so I think we have our brushes. You should only have 4 brushes. So I think this one, difference. One's round, one's flat. I need the flat one. Okay. All right. So there's your 4 brushes. I have my purple, my blue, or my red, my blue, and then my black. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set those aside. I'm gonna have to grab some water. Okay, so then you have your canvas that we're gonna go ahead and start with that. Make sure I have this all set up. Okay. All right, and now we have our brushes. Now we have our brushes, we have our canvas. Now we're gonna pick out our paints. So our next thing that we pick out is our paints. We're gonna do hot pink. So we're gonna do hot pink. I'm gonna do my hot pink from Social Artworking with the Deco Art. This is red, not pink. Okay, so hot pink. We're gonna do hot pink. We're gonna do yellow. I think it's just a regular yellow. You could actually do a neon. Let's do some neon yellow. We're gonna do a neon yellow. I'm gonna do like a regular yellow. Let's do like a bright yellow, maybe. All right, bright yellow, and then green. For green, I think we'll do yellow. Where's the? We'll do bright yellow. So we'll do bright yellow. We can mix it with some neon yellow, and then we're gonna do green. I want 3 different colors of green. So we're gonna do the apple, sour apple. Let's do the Kelly green, and then let's do a neon green, or we can do the it's apple. That's the same thing I just picked up. Let's do. I'm gonna do a neon green. There's neon yellow too. Or we're gonna do a limeade. Let's do a limeade. And then we can mix it with some neon green. So I have some neon green that can go with that. Then we're gonna do, of course, we have just regular black and white. Black and white. So there's our colors. We're gonna do neon pink, neon. We're gonna do like a neon yellowish, and then the green colors. It says 3 different green colors. You could do 4 if you want. Okay, so there is our paints for that. I'm knocking stuff over again. Okay. All right. So now we have our paints set up. Now we're going to go ahead and grab a sheet of carbon paper. Now I'm going to use a smaller sheet of carbon paper because I'm using a smaller canvas. So I'm not going to use a really big sheet. All right, shiny side is down. And this one actually covers the whole entire thing somewhat. Just drew on there with my finger. Oops. Okay, we're gonna grab our tape and we're gonna go ahead and tape it down. Like so. I'm gonna bring it down some. That way I can tape it like this. There we go. Okay. because we're not going to go all the way out to the side. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and tape, since the sheet is on there, we're going to go ahead and square it off a little bit, make sure. Okay. All right. One side. So now she is not going to move, and we're going to go ahead and make process of tracing my flamingo to the canvas, right? So she's not going anywhere. We're going to go ahead and take our pen, and we're going to go ahead and start on the bottom. This should be really easy. To do. I like to start at the bottom because that way I don't miss anything. Okay. Let's start at her legs. And I'm going to go all the way down just because my canvas ends like right here. You don't have to if you don't want to. You could just simply keep it the way it is. Oops. Little swirlies. And this is a little easier because it's just a lot less lines than normal. Oops. Let's do it again. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do the top of this with the flower that's in her hair. There we go. All right, there's her top of her head, and let's go ahead and top of the flamingo head. Now we're gonna finish up with the palm trees over here, or I guess those are palm, yeah, those are palm leaves. They just look like leaves to me, but yeah. And I'm gonna do those really simple. They look difficult in the picture, but it's totally simple. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, now we're just going to kind of, yep, I forgot a line, see? I'm going to just lift it up a little bit, see if there's any need for, yep, I think I got all the lines. All right, there she is, or, yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. And you go ahead and throw away your carbon paper. And the next step would be, oops. So the next step is you're gonna take your purple brush and you're gonna paint the background. You can paint whatever color background you want. You can paint, you're gonna paint the entire background pink, light pink with the light pink. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot light pink. It says light pink. I like this pink. I don't know. I like this pink, but we're gonna do light pink. So let me find my light pink. Which I know I have. I have a parfait. If I have to add white to it, I will. Yeah. So you're gonna paint, they're gonna take your, which is your biggest brush, which would be your biggest brush. You're gonna take your purple brush and you're gonna paint the entire background with light pink. If you care to mix your own, you can mix it with white and red. The more red you put in it, the darker the pink will be. Or if you have a pink and let's say you have like like a pink like this, you can just add white to it to make it a little lighter. Whichever you prefer. All right. And I'm gonna go grab some water from my cup, my water cup. Because I forgot to grab water. All right. Go ahead and start that process. Right back. Okay. So you can totally do that. It depends on what, if you want your pink to be dark or light. Let me think. I kind of want to make it a neon color. So we're kind of gonna do this a different way. So I'm gonna do neon pink. Let's see, let's do this pink right here, which is, this is a carousel pink with a little bit of white. There. So we're going to take our biggest brush that we have and we're going to paint our background pink. I think that's good. Let's see. And if you want to go around, you can totally go around the lines, but you can see the lines through your canvas. So as I'm painting, you can see, I could still see the lines through my painting. So I'm just kind of going over the lines with it. But it's totally up to you. I probably should put something down. A cloth. Where's my cloth? There it is. Always make sure you put stuff down so that you don't get paint everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cloth down. That way I don't get paint everywhere. Let's see right here. There we go. All right. So I am painting the background color pink. It's a little brighter pink. It's a little lighter pink with a little bit of neon. But that's all I'm doing. I'm painting the background pink. I could still see my lines. So no worries on that. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could totally just paint the background, go around your flamingo. I do this to kind of save time. Totally up to you, but look, if you could see, you could still see that I could see the lines that are still there. So I could still paint my canvas. Or my flamingo, sorry, not my canvas. Of course I could paint my canvas. I mean, I could still paint my flamingo because I could still see it. And make sure if you are painting, you're painting, and I know you can see that I'm painting like different ways, but it does help if you paint one direction versus painting like several directions. All right, we're gonna have to let this dry for a moment. So we're gonna let this dry for one moment. I'm actually going to go back over it with a little bit of white to kind of do like a smudge look to it. So how you do that is that you take your white paint, and you're going to take your red brush. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. I'm going to empty out. I'm going to put my cup there. I'm going to take my red brush, which is your second to smallest, I think. My red brush is my flat brush. So I'm going to take my flat brush and I put my paint in here, and I'm just going to kind of go in small places with my white. To kind of give it that whitewash. Okay, like that. As you can see, I kind of did like the white a little bit. It's totally optional. You don't have to do that. All right, there's my white. And now I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for a moment. And then once that is dry, we are going to do the step number 2, which we're going to take our black brush, which is our round brush. So we're going to take our round brush and we're going to do the white and the yellow and paint the beak. Okay, so we're going to take a moment and we're going to kind of let this dry a minute. And you can take a hair dryer if you feel like you need to take a hair dryer, but we're going to take a break. I know it's like already soon that we're taking a break. So take a break, let it dry for a moment. And then we're going to add the white to the yellow, and then we're going to paint the beak at the center of the flower. So we're going to do the center of the flower, and then the body and then like just randomly with the yellow and the white in the body area. So like in the feathers and the neck. And then we're just going to add the pink to the entire flamingo. Kind of creating like a summer orange on the body. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to probably do a deeper color pink. Because I want to do the fluorescent, but I've already put fluorescent on it, so I don't know. We're going to do neon yellow too. I'm just getting my paints ready. Okay. I don't know, we might have to make that darker. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens, because I think that I might have to make her a different color. I might have to make her like I don't know. Because I did the background a little pinkish for my liking, so. It's not dry yet either. My finger, okay, yeah. Totally not dry yet. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for it to be dried. This should be simple. It's a lot of details. Oh, I guess I need teal too. Is the teal on here? That's Laguna. Oh. Let's see, Laguna. I'm looking for the teal color. I might actually add some metallic color to it too, to make it shine. Let's see. Ocean breeze, maybe. I'm looking for, I don't know. That's not really a teal color. That's like a, might add a teal. No, I'm not. Here it is. All right, I'm gonna use ocean breeze for that. The one that the legs and stuff. I don't think she's dry yet. She is not dry. This is taking forever. So usually if it's taking way too long, I like to use a hair dryer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a hair dryer to kind of speed up the drying process. So you're probably going to hear a hair dryer go off here in a minute. Or not. It's not working. Or maybe not. We'll just sit here and wait. Oops. It's fine. We can sit here and wait for a moment. It does take a while for it to dry though. Or you can just fan it. It does take a while to dry. Yep. I think I might add some orange to it too, just because. I mean, you can use whatever colors you want. It's totally up to you what colors you want to use. Is the beak away? Nope, the beak is not dry, and I just put my finger in it. It's all good. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the beak. See if I can't get the beak colored. Coloring the beak. And then the flower. It's kind of making it orange. Yeah, it's a little orange. That's okay. I'm gonna let it dry a little more. See if it'll dry. This probably would be the part where I would fast forward it. So we're not sitting here in awkward silence, but it's all good. I think once this dries, we'll be able to like continue on with the next step. And I think that's the thing about when you color the background first, you have to wait for it to dry, and it takes forever for it to dry. But I'm patient. I can do it. So I just added teal. I didn't realize that we needed teal for the color. I might have made the line for the circle for the flower too big. That's okay. Oh, you know what? You can make your own teal. So if you don't have a teal color, you can make your own by mixing equal parts green, blue, and then line it with white. That's cool. So you could totally make your own if you're not able to find the teal colors. So I might actually make my own. So it says parts white and green. Or not part white, part green. And what does it say? Green and blue. Let's see if I can't make my own. And blue. It doesn't really say like what color blue. Let's see. See if I can't make my own. No, that's a little green. More than blue. I don't know about that. Maybe more blue in there. It's a little green. And then do like a little bit of white, it says. I think it just made like light green. Maybe I just used the wrong type of green. Or maybe I used the wrong type of blue. Let's see. Maybe. Might actually got teal. It's kind of like a lighter teal though. That's not too bad. I got the color teal. That's not too bad. I kind of like that color. So there you go. You can make teal all by yourself with blue, green, and white. If you don't have the color teal, I have this color. I really like this color. And then I have some other ones. I have like a darker, or it's this one's green teal. So I could probably lighten this one up a little bit and use that one instead. But there you go. So you can make your own teal if you don't have any. Oh, that's pretty neat. Thought I would show that to you to kind of help you out if you don't have teal. There you go. All right, see if our flamingo is dry a little bit. She's not really dry yet, so whew, she is taking forever. Okay, well, we're gonna try to move on. So I already did the beak. I could probably do the beak a little bit more if I wanted to. Let's see. So I'm gonna try to do the beak a little bit more, and I'm gonna wait till like she dries all together to do it. So, okay. But she's still kind of wet. Okay. So now, since we've done that, we're gonna go ahead, and it says to while it's still wet, add fluorescent pink on the entire flamingo. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of do I guess the pink while it's still wet. On the entire flamingo, and the areas of yellow and fluorescent pink will create a fun summer green, orange. And I have a feeling that that somehow this pink is probably not going to look. So I'm kind of mixing my yellow and my my yellow and my pink. So you're gonna wanna kind of mix it with yellow and pink to make that orange color look. It's a little orange. And because I did a darker background, I don't recommend doing that. Just FYI, I would do the light pink instead of doing the mixed colors that I did, because it's not going to really show up. As far as the floor, the pink that I'm using, the neon pink that I'm using. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add, actually I have some on here. I'm going to add some of the darker pink, which that's not really doing anything either. So it's not working. So I do recommend doing the light pink background. That way, the body kind of shows through on the canvas, because it's not really showing through like I thought it would. That's okay. You know what, mistakes happen. So what we're gonna do, and I'm just gonna kind of spiffy it up myself. I'm gonna use a metallic purple, and I'm kind of just gonna go over it with metallic purple, at least the feathers part, and to kind of give it that shade to make it kind of look shiny, yes, but also to kind of look like it's part of the body. And if you don't want to do a pink flamingo, go right ahead. You can do a purple flamingo, you could do a red flamingo, you can do whatever color flamingo you want to do. Just remember that the darker part of your canvas is going to be, like, if you decide to color your canvas on the darker side of on the background, just remember you have to find a color that's going to complement it. That way you don't end up like what I'm having to do and having to find different colors to make it pop. All right, so now we're going to use the teal paint to paint the the petals on the flowers. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do the teal. So now we're going to go ahead and do the flowers. So what I like to do when I do flowers, I like to use my lines. So I'm going to go ahead and use my lines here. I am simply going to fan it out this way. And then I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing, but I kind of just do like I just fan it out. And because I went too far with, oops, with my my yellow, happen to like, I'm getting like paint all over my arm here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing I'm just kind of fanning it out a little bit. So I see my line right here. I'm starting at my line, and then I'm just simply fanning it out. And the paint is still wet, by the way. So I'm using my line, I'm doing my line, and then I'm just simply fanning it out. use my line. Fan it out. And I'm using my smaller brush, so use my line. And it doesn't have to be perfect flower. Mine looks like a sunflower, to be honest, but that's okay. Yeah, mine looks like a sunflower. So mine kind of looks like a sunflower. But yeah, that's how you kind of do it. Probably could put another flower piece right, flower petal right here. All right, I'm gonna fix my my center of my flower. Oops, got some pink in that. All right, there's my flower. Okay, so now I'm going to use the teal to kind of paint the legs and highlight some of the neck. So I'm going to use my teal color. So I'm going to highlight some of this portion of the neck a little bit. I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to kind of go over it a little because teal is like a little more blue than usual. So we're going to use the blue that I have here. And then I'm going to do the legs. Do the legs. Right, at the legs. And I kind of want to just, I don't really want to highlight a lot, just a little bit. Because I have that like that purple in there too. So, all right. There's the flamingos stuff. And now I'm going to just lighten it up with a little bit of white. So I'm going to kind of go over it with a little white. There we go. And it doesn't have to be exactly like the picture. Like it's really not a big deal if it is it's not like the picture. But I am gonna do some dark shading on the body. Let's see. I want to do. Maybe it's a little darker. I'm gonna do some shading on right here. I'm gonna do some shading right here. Kind of make it a little darker. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing a little bit of shading here and there to kind of make it a little bit darker. So it looks fun and funky. a little bit of shading. All right. Not quite too fond of that. It's all good. All right. What's next? So now we're going to do the branches. So we're going to use our green. We're going to start at the bottom right corner and paint a slight curve line starting the right of the legs and curving about halfway up to the canvas. So we're going to start right here. We're going to go all the way and halfway up. Okay. And we're going to use our blue brush, which is our flat brush. So we're going to use our flat brush. So we're going to use our flat brush for this. And we're going to kind of take our green. So we're probably going to do, let's just do a regular green. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our brush and we're going to kind of just go all the way up halfway. There we go, halfway to up our canvas. Okay, so we're gonna curve it all the way up like that. Then we're going to add green leaves. Doesn't matter what tone you use. I'm using a brighter green. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do so if you notice that the leaves point up and the stem is at the top, topped off with a leaf. So we're going to put a leaf up here, I guess. Probably should have made that a little bit smaller. That's okay. Okay. So now we're going to do the leaves. Now I have a hard time doing leaves sometimes, but what I like to do is I like to start with my line and then curve it. I'm going to use a smaller brush. I recommend using the round brush for this if you don't know how to do it very well. So what I do is I use my lines to guide me, and like I just go I kind of just make a curve. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. I think my phone's about to die. It's supposed to be recording. Okay, you're recording. All right, sorry. Looks like my phone's about to die. Okay, so I like to go up. Go up. And I just simply use my lines to guide me. And I do a line, I cover it, and then I curve it. And they don't have to be perfect. And I ran out of room over here, so I'm just going to continue on with my, I mean, I could put like a small one right here to kind of go off the edge. And if that happens, that's okay. And then there's like a leaf up here. Okay, there we go. There's one leaf. And then we'll go ahead and do the rest of them. And then we'll go back and do some shading So I'm going to start with this one. Okay. We're just going to kind of do the same concept that we did over there. I'm going to kind of turn it so that you can see what I'm doing. There you go. It's so much easier when you have the lines there because you can tell like where to curve your line versus like not knowing where to curve your line. And you notice that there's a line right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use this line to make one big um one big leaf. So there you go. There's that one. All right. Now we're going to go to the other ones. We're going to go all the way down. We're going to kind of go all the way down because it's kind of off the canvas. So I'm going to kind of make my own leaves since it's kind of off the canvas. Okay. Go. And if you're not sure like what to do and you need to rewind this, you totally could rewind it or pause it or come back to it. That's the great thing about when I pre-record these is the fact that oops, you can actually go back. And I apologize if it keeps cutting in and out. I'm trying to find a charger cord so I can go ahead and charge it. One moment. I'll just piece it all together and it'll be fun. Okay. All right. Let's get back to work. All right. So then I have a leaf up here. So I'm going to go ahead and that. All right. You see how it's going into the other leaf? That's totally okay. So since this one is the opposite, I'm going to kind of turn my canvas a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So it's kind of opposite. So I'm going to hopefully that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm turning my canvas upside down that way. I can see what I'm doing. And then it doesn't look awkward. I'm trying to like show you. I'm gonna make another leaf right here. And then I think there's one big leaf right here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and do this other side. And I didn't realize there's another leaf right here, but it's kind of off the page, so I'm going to try my best. I don't think I covered it all, so we're gonna kind of go off the grid here because I went off the page. That's okay. So I'm gonna kind of turn this one upside down so I can do it too. Okay. Okay. I think that'll be good. I think that's good enough. I mean, there was one right here, so I probably do another one right here. Because there was one on here, the picture, but I guess I missed it somehow. So we're gonna just do one right here, just a small one, not a big one. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's the leaves on her. So now it says we are going so I like how it says here, like when you're painting the leaves, try not to like think it a little bit because it's gonna look messy anyways. This is a part of the canvas of being messy and random. So think of each of the leaf as like a flat football shape, or like a painting like two parentheses together. So kind of doing like this with your paintbrush. I'll show you. Hold on, because I see a part of my green one that's so when you're doing it, just like do a shape of parentheses and then you just paint right in there. Simple as that. All right, so now that is over, that is done. You're just gonna repeat it like I showed you how I repeated it. Ouch. Okay. So while it's still wet, we're gonna go ahead and do the teal a little bit on some of the, so we're gonna kind of like shade. So we're gonna do some shading as it's drying. So we're doing some shading. We're gonna do some shading to kind of give it some, I don't know, some volume to it. All right. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of do whatever you can. You don't have to do every leaf. You could do some of the leaves. You could do just one of the leaves if you want. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get some shading in there to kind of give it some oomph, I guess you can call it. Okay. All right. There we go. And there we have it. There's the leaves. All right. So now step 4. So this is what you could do. You could either use, and I want to kind of dry my paint a little bit, but I think I'm going to use the black paint to outline my flamingo and to kind of make some of the details pop, like my flower. Maybe a little bit of black over here. So I'm going to use my round brush again, and we're going to kind of go over it with some black. Okay, so this is the last step of the tutorial, is outlining your flamingo. So we're going to use the black, and I'm going to start with the eyes. So I'm going to bring her eye and her eyelashes. Now you can use a marker if you want. I'm just outlining it with the black paint. So I'm just going to kind of outline her. And it doesn't have to be perfect because the paint is still kind of wet. That's what I'm doing. I am just outlining her. Kind of making it like a whimsical summer theme. I'm not going too deep with it. There we go. There's her legs. And then you notice that there were swirls in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I know the paint is still kind of wet. And I'm not worried about it being too perfect, to be honest. Because they're swirls. Swirls are kind of imperfect. There we go. Because it's kind of like it's a feathery bird. So you kind of don't want it to be too perfect. Go. And then let's see, we're just going to do under her. Do her beak. Okay. There we go. She's starting to look really cute. Okay. So let me finish up the swirls over here. Go. There we go. So cute. I think she's cute. Okay, so once you are done, I mean, you can do a little like I might do like a little black in the leaves. I'm gonna just do some little touch up stuff here and there with the black. Maybe do some black on the leaves, kind of give it some, I don't know, details to it. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna do the flower. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of do the flower. You don't have to. You could probably leave the flower the way it is. Probably should just left the flower the way it was, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna do a little dots in there. And there you go. There is my flamingo. And then once you are done, you can sign it. So I like to put my little signature. Yeah. And then you're done. All right. I hope this was helpful. And you can get all this, the tracer and the instructions and everything at you can go on my Facebook, you can go to Twisted Muse Paint Bar on Facebook, or you can go to the link that I'm going to be putting in this video, and you can go get your Funky Friday tutorial for the amount that's on the website. And there you go. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys next Friday. And also when you buy the tutorial and the tracers and everything for this one, you will get pre-access to the next you'll get the you'll get a sneak peek to the next Funky Friday paint tutorial. So remember that when you join the group, you'll get a sneak peek for the next one. I also do a sneak peek on my Facebook page, but there's also a lot of freebies that come with the Facebook page. Your name gets put in a drawing for the monthly drawing. For the month, I draw somebody's name and they get a free something free. It's a secret. But you get something for free. And then also in the group, you get an extra tracer for another painting that you can have access to. And so it's a really great deal because you get access to a new painting each week. Or you get, when you sign up, you get the tutorial, but you also get all the materials for this. Now it's only open a limited time, so you only limitedly but I was thinking that maybe changing it to emailing it to people instead of having it in the group. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about doing that. So, but for now, I think that the Facebook group kind of helps. But I think I might just make it an automatic email instead of of Facebook. I feel like that's just too many steps. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is available on my website through the link. And if you could please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, just push the little bell button or the button that says subscribe, and just stay tuned and you'll find out more about more things that I'm going to be doing. All right. Well, I really hope you guys enjoy this, and I really hope it was fun and very informative. I hope I could help you a little bit on this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me or comment underneath the video or send me an email or a message, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you are having trouble with the tutorial, you can simply always rewind this video so that you can have it, um, so you're able to have it and be able to go back to it. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please go and like and share my page at Twisted Muse Paint Bar on my Facebook. All right, guys. Ta-ta for now. Bye.